And another fairy tale video for you. This is the top 10 villains in fairy tale. We got number 10, Silver Fullbuster. See, Silver died to Delior a long time ago, but then he got resurrected by the necromancer of Tartaros named Keith. Keith resurrected Silver, and Silver became um, resurrected, but he had Delior's powers. Ice. He has ice devil slaying magic. He was able to do that and slay demons as he was in the guild, but they also knew that he was slaying demons. So like they were like, you gotta like calm the fuck down, and he's like kind of under his control, Key's control. So he had to fight his son and other things. His son couldn't like even like hold, like Gray couldn't even hold against his dad until Gray found a way to like incorporate his dad's ice into his ice and use his ice against him, because he was like, he's an ice devil slayer, so he can consume ice magic and become stronger, but he can't consume his own ice. That's how that shit works with like slayers. They can consume other people's magic, but they can't consume their own magic to become more powerful. Uh, and Grateful Buster had to like hone in on his skills, and like even then, like it was Juvia that killed Keys. That's what really freed Silver from like Deliorder controlling him with like negative magic and having a negative mindset towards his son during the fight and other things. So Silver is still powerful though. I think he was the most powerful demon like there, uh, minus somebody else is on this list. But at number 10, I got Hades from Grimoire Heart to Guildmaster. He was the Guildmaster of Fairy Tale. He went by Prep, but then he gave the guild to Makarov, and then he went into the dipping into the abyss of sorcery. He went looking for the primordial magic that Zeref talked about, because he was a guy who like wanted to study magic. He wanted to like free Mavis from her slumber, but he come to find out that he needed to like learn other things like dark sides of magic, because he knew all like basic arts of like light magic, but he was like, what about dark magic? Why is that shit so wrong? He went and he delved deep into that, and he found lost magic, and he created his guild, Grimoire Heart, off of that. He had all kind of dark magic. He even used Grimoire Law, which was actually a move that could cancel out Fairy Law, which not a lot of people can cancel that move out. And he was like one of the guys who can do shit like that. Um, he he was laying waste to people in that arc, but the combined efforts of Fairy Tail's strongest team was able to like stop him. But if the Xyzs weren't there, they would have died for sure. Because he summoned like monsters from like another world and shit, and they were like losing faith in like their powers and other things. They're like, we can't hold against this guy. He has us in despair and other things. We can't even like fight against this man. Um, he was like really a problem. The Devil's Eye gave him a whole bunch of power that they didn't need. But they destroyed it, and then they were able to defeat him. But without that, they would have lost. Um, at number 8, I got Future Rogue. Future Rogue was powerful. He has two types of dragon slaying magic. He has shadow dragon slaying magic and white dragon slaying magic, because he consumed Rogue's power, or not. He consumed Sting's power. He killed Sting in his timeline and consumed his magic, and then he went back in time to like summon dragons so he could like rule over the world as the Dragon King, and he would destroy Acnologia and other things. But the reason Future Rogue went bad was because Roche, his ex-seed, died. Gray killed him in his timeline, and he went back to like get revenge on everybody because he just had hate, because like that was his only friend in life, that little cat. And then he had so much hate in his heart, he went back in time and he like started like fucking shit up. He even killed Lucy from his timeline. He used like I said, white dragon slaying magic and shadow dragon slaying magic. It took Natsu to take him down. He had to like smash into him and smash him into the fucking eclipse gate for him to like take it out. And it wasn't easy. It was a hard fought battle and stuff too, because he had the power to like make dragons heed his call and shit like that too. He had that power too, so he could summon dragons, and like make them like listen to him. He was like a dragon whisperer. And number 7, I got Mars Geer, the leader of fucking Tartarus. He kept the book of END under wraps because END is Etherius Natu Dragonil. He kept that book so Zeref wouldn't be upset at him for losing it, because that is Zeref's brother. Natu is Zeref's brother, younger brother, that he created from ether and demonic arts that he found, Zeref found and other things. But Mardgear was one of the other theories or demons he created, and he was fucking. He had like Sting and Rogue fucked up. He was fighting Natu and Gray, not just Natu. He was fighting Gray too, and he was gonna like erase their existence and shit too. He fought the Celestial Spirit King, who was like powerful. He was like on par with that guy, and that guy had the power of like all 12 zodiac signs. He wasn't playing game. He was like, "You made Lucy cry, and she summoned me here, so I'm gonna f you up." But unfortunately, he didn't have enough time, and he started fucking shit up for the cast. But then Natsu did what he did, got fired up, and ended that guy. Well, it was really Zeref that did, because he showed up and he was like, "You ain't doing shit right for me. I'll take the book back myself. You don't need to guard the book no more." He destroyed him easily, but he was able to. He created him, so he was able to do that. But number 6, I got Larcade, which is another Zeref creation. He took Natsu's DNA and his son August's DNA, and made another Aetherius, another demon called Larcade, who's a demon of white light. Um, he puts people to sleep. He puts people in a deep slumber, and like he can make you fall get tired. He can give you thoughts of hunger and even lust, is what his white magic can do. Make you like lust over other people. And he can also like put you in eternal rest. If you like close your eyes and you like go into a deep sleep, you're dead. Like he can kill you like that, like easily. Uh, he was created so he could fight Acnologia and put him to sleep like that. And his magic was working on like wizards and shit. But like, I don't know. I don't think it would have worked on him. Cause like no magic works on that guy. But I'll save him for later. Larcade is powerful. It took Sting absorbing um, Rogue's power and using a white shadow dragon magic to defeat him. And other people had to help out too when they weren't lusting because of his power. It took a group effort to take him down. And at number 5, I got God Serena. Again, he was the strongest of the 10 Wizard Saints. He left to join Alvarez's empire because over there was weak to him. He was like, "I need people who are on par with me," and the 12 Spriggan were on par with him. So he's like, "Cool, I'll hang out with these people over here and be cool with them." And like I said in the other video, he handled 4 of the 10 Wizard Saints, the strongest wizards on the continent, according to the Magic Council, and he did easily, without sweating or anything. He had time to like go after like all the guild members of Fairy Tale and shit too, but and even when he got brought back to life as a figment of somebody's imagination, what was his name? Ah, fuck, what was that guy's name? The guy who uses Historia. He can bring memories back from people's hearts and other things. Um, I think his name's Reinhardt. This guy brought God Serena back, and Gildarts was saying, if you were actually alive, you would actually be giving me some problems. And Gildarts was one of the strongest people in the series. So I knew he was like not a fucking easy guy to defeat. Only for real monsters and stuff like people above him. Um, like Irene, she's powerful. She's an enchantress. She uses enchantments, um, like um, like Freed and also like Wendy. Enchantments are used to enhance magic and even like seal magic and other things. She's a high enchantress. She was able to like switch spots, um, basically change the shape of a continent with Universe One. That was like one of her strongest moves. Change the shape of a continent and other things to suit the needs of Zeref. And then she was also a dragon slayer too. The first dragon slayer, actually. She was the first dragon slayer. Um, she wanted to help the dragons 400 years ago. The peace help the peaceful dragons that wanted coexistence fight against the dragons who wanted to like just lay waste to humans and shit. And she was the first dragon slayer that they would sent. Um, and she like fought against the other dragons and other things, but then eventually come to find out that since she took the dragon's magic, she had become a dragon herself, and then she didn't like that, but she couldn't reverse the process, so she had to hide for like hundreds of years as a dragon until Zeref found her, and Zeref used a type of magic to like make her like human again. She had to get rid of Urza and other things, and then Urza come to find out that that's her mom, and she ends up fighting her. Urza and Wendy, and she was able to switch bodies with Wendy because Wendy was like had similar traits that she had, a dragon slayer and an enchantress. She tried to switch bodies with Wendy so she could have a really youthful body and other things. But then, Urza was able to like help her out and get her body back. And then she went back into her dragon form and sent a meteor down on everybody. But Urza, being Urza, she was able to like save the guild and other things by slaying her mother as a dragon with a high enchanted sword by Wendy. But she was like fucking people up like everybody. She had everybody moved around and other things. And Urza and Wendy after that fight, they couldn't fight no more. They were done. She had them wiped out. Um, she had them fucked up, and she actually killed herself too. Actually, she could have like been alive and other things, but she killed herself because she couldn't. She just didn't want to kill her daughter. She finally felt bad for all the shit she did to Urza. She was like, "Damn, I've lived a shitty life. I should just, end it now." So that's what she did. And then at number 3, I got August, the Wizard King. See, August is actually Zeref's son, but you have to like watch the fucking show and know what the fuck's going on. It's there and everything. So basically, Mavis had a kid with Zeref, but only Prect Hades knew about it, so he had to get rid of the kid. He was like, I don't know, what should I do with this kid? Should I kill it or whatever? He got it and sent it to the woods, and then eventually Zeref found his own son, probably because of the magic. They had the similar magic power, but that's the thing. He had the magic powers of fucking Mavis and Zeref, so he became known as the Magic King. Like he was able to like do shit his father can, but not to the degree he can. Like he ain't immortal or anything, but he knows all kind of magic spells like his dad and his mom. Um, like just the like white magic, like the good magic. He knows the good magics. He knows the basic magics. He knows like all magic. He knows how all magic works. And he was born in August, so his name was August. And he ruled and he like done shit for a long time. And he became an old man for like he stayed with his dad for like years and shit, but like never like letting his dad know that he was his son. But he was his son, and he was always there for his dad. And he's at number 3, like but like he fought Gildarts and Kana, and they couldn't even like defeat him. Like he killed himself because he used too much magic power and other things. He like basically he was gonna destroy the whole continent with his power, and he could have did it, but he was like, you know what? I saw my mom, and I was like, I'll let her live, or I'm just doing the wrong thing. So like those two, like Irene and August, like they could have like did some real damage, but they like held off and shit because plot and everything. If they were like going all out though, like they would have had like they would have destroyed the continent for real. They would have like destroyed everybody. You just gotta watch the last season and then you know what I'm talking about. Zeref is at number two. Zeref, the Black Wizard. He's known as Black Wizard. He's known as the Spriggan King in Alvarez Empire, which is another continent. He's known far and wide um, as a good guy and as a bad guy in Fiore. Because he brought the curse of Unsaga upon wizards. He wanted to study magic to bring his brother Natsu back to life after dragons attacked his family, and he was the only survivor, so he was lonely. And he studied at a magic school. But like, I believe that that guy and like the people there made it so the curse of Unsaga came upon him because they kept telling him, "Don't go into that. Don't go into that. We don't want you knowing about shit like that." Then eventually, like one day, the curse came upon them because he was like, "You brought the curse of Unsaga upon us," and then eventually, like Zeref was like, "Stop," and he was like, "Stop trying to like tell me to stop my research. I want to bring my brother back to life. Stop, like, stop riding my dick." And then he killed that old man, but like he wasn't trying to. It was just the curse of Unsaga. It kills people instantly, stops their heart and shit, and they're like fucking dead. And then like the curse of contradiction. So he lives forever. Anything he loves gets destroyed. Anything he hates persists. So he had to hate humanity to keep it alive. He had to hate Mavis to keep her alive. He had to hate everybody to keep everything alive. But he also loved people too. So like every time he had a sense of love, like it was taken from him. He had a fucked up mindset though. He was like, "Am I supposed to kill my brother, or is my brother supposed to kill me? Or am I supposed to let these wizards kill me, or am I supposed to kill like the whole world?" He decided to try to fight for Mavis's power, which is very hard, and reset the world to like everything, go back in time and restart everything. So like Natsu didn't have to die, and everybody was like everything went back to the way it was 400 years ago before the dragons attacked his family and stuff. That's what he was trying to do. But and he was almost about to do that shit, but Natsu has like that power within him. Like he's Zeref's little brother, so he was able to like fight against him and shit. And, use his magic to like defeat him. It wasn't easy though, because the fairy heart allowed it gave Zeref enough power to like fight Acnologia, like on par, or like even like seal him away or something like that, or like erase his existence with the power of like his magic and Mavis's magic combined. But by himself, he was still a threat. Like I said, he had the curse of Unsaga. He could kill people. He had dark magic. The more he hated, the more powerful he became too. Um, he had a very warped mindset, but he was very powerful. Uh, like he killed Hades and a whole bunch of people. Like he could lay waste to everybody on this list. He had command, like he had like August and Irene in high command, and like they bow to him and shit. And these people are continent destroyers, y'all. And they could do that shit. And he had all these wizards like under his command and shit, like these dark wizards, and in guilds that he created or guilds that followed him in dark faith and other things. Um, he was the guy shit from the beginning. But like Natsu did what he had to do as the main character and took care of his brother. And then number one, Acnologia. Acnologia was a human that he was a human. Then he became a dragon slayer and he started slaying other dragons. But then he ended up loving it and he started becoming a dragon himself. He bathed in the blood of all the dragons he slayed and became a dragon known as Acnologia, the dragon of apocalypse. And he's the dragon king. Um, he just ran around the continents destroying everything as he pleased. After a while, it just became a like pleasure of his, and that's why he existed to destroy everything. Like all magic, like he killed dragons of all sorts. So like he gained the powers of all these dragons and so many types of dragons, so many types of magic that he like could like just negate like anybody like using like eye enchantments or any kind of magics on him like wouldn't work. No magic worked against him because he could absorb all magic and like repel it back in uh, a beam of light. Um, like everybody in like the whole continent and of Fiore had to like put their power into the fairy sphere to seal this monster away in a fairy sphere. But like that was just his dragon body. He sent his real body, his human body, into another dimension, and he fought the dragon slayers there, and he actually like had them beat, had them dead to rights and stuff. But the story being a story, the good guy has to win. So they all gave their magic to Natsu, and Natsu slayed Acnologia, and Acnologia actually slayed Igneo. Igneo actually ripped Acnologia's arm off, and that was a feat for him. But Acnologia like ripped his whole body in half. So Acnologia is actually the strongest dragon, and like still is, even with the new shit with the dragon gods and shit from the new fairy tale 100 years quest. He's still the strongest dragon. I'll tell you that right now, y'all. Acnologia was like not playing games at all. Like the whole series. Anytime they brought up Acnologia, even Zeref got scared of him. He's like, I have to like get the fuck out of here because this maniac's gonna come and destroy everything. Like I could destroy everything, but this guy will destroy everything. Type shit. He was like, I have the choice, but he's just gonna do it because he wants to. And that's the top 10 villains of Fairy Tale. Stay cool. Go on the corner.